All right, let's talk about AI. You've probably noticed it's exploding. It's growing faster than pretty much anyone expected, giving us these incredible tools that could solve some of humanity's biggest problems. But, and this is a big but, all that incredible speed has a dark side. We're talking about hidden costs, brand new dangers, and a frantic global race to just keep up. So, is AI our greatest promise or our biggest peril? Let's dive in.
The last year in AI hasn't been about small, gradual steps. Not at all. It's been about one jaw-dropping leap after another. We are witnessing a pace of change that's totally reshaping what we thought was possible, and honestly, it's happening at a dizzying speed.
And the evidence? Well, it's everywhere. We've seen these incredibly powerful new models drop, like Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro. These are systems that can understand and reason across huge amounts of information, video, audio, text, all at the same time. These aren't just little tweaks or minor upgrades. We're talking about massive, generational shifts in what these things can actually do. Now, this number, 71.7%, it might not look like much on its own, but you have to hear the story behind it. In late 2023, the absolute best AI could only solve about 4.4% of the problems on this really complex coding test. Just over a year later, that number skyrocketed to over 71%. That is a monumental leap in a skill that, not long ago, we thought was purely human. And it's not just about writing code. AI is now tackling problems at the absolute peak of human intelligence. I mean, think about this. An AI system basically walked into the world's toughest math competition for young people and walked out with a silver medal. This shows AI is moving way beyond simple tasks and into the realm of elite, creative, human-level problem solving. So what does all this crazy progress actually mean for us, for real life? Well, it means we're on the verge of unlocking some truly world-changing benefits. Let's take a look at how this is already playing out. For years, AI was kind of clumsy when it came to just looking at something and understanding it with common sense. But look at this. In 2024, AI finally caught up to us. It matched human performance on what's called the Visual Common Sense Reasoning Benchmark. That's a huge deal. It proves AI can now understand and reason about the world in a much more nuanced, human-like way. And that new level of reasoning, it's already revolutionizing science. Take drug discovery. It's notoriously slow, it's super expensive. Well, systems like AlphaFold3 can now model that complex dance between proteins and potential drugs with incredible accuracy. They're basically hitting fast forward on the search for new medicines. But it gets even wilder. I mean, check this out. Researchers have now built a fully autonomous AI lab. You have a main boss AI that directs a whole team of specialized scientist AIs. They conduct research, they use tools, they generate real scientific discoveries all on their own. This could fundamentally change how science itself even gets done. And the potential impact here is global. We're talking about predicting the weather with models like GenCast, which can do it with incredible speed and accuracy, or optimizing our renewable energy grids. AI is giving us powerful new tools to take on our most urgent collective challenges. The promise is absolutely breathtaking. Okay, and this is a big but, for all of this incredible promise, this revolution isn't without its perils. There are major, often hidden costs that we're only just now starting to wrap our heads around. So you have to ask, right? As we're sprinting headfirst into this future, what are we leaving in our wake? What are the trade-offs we're making, maybe without even realizing it? Let's start with something really tangible, the environmental cost. To train just one of these big AI models, just one, can emit as much carbon dioxide as 125 round-trip flights between New York and Beijing. The sheer amount of computational power this AI boom requires has a massive and growing carbon footprint.
Then there's the problem of bias. See, these AI models learn from us. They learn from the vast ocean of data we've created online. And while that data is filled with our own societal prejudices. So you get situations like this, where an art tool just assumes a CEO is a white man almost every single time. If we're not careful, AI doesn't just reflect our biases, it can amplify them and automate them on a global scale.
And the security risks are getting more and more complex. Researchers have found this new kind of threat they call an infectious jailbreak. The idea is simple, but pretty terrifying. A single malicious command given to one AI can infect other AIs it's connected to. That harmful behavior can then spread through the whole network like a digital virus. These abstract risks have real human consequences. In one just deeply disturbing case, an AI chatbot platform let a user create a bot using the identity of a high school senior who was murdered years earlier. The distress this caused her family was profound. It's a stark, painful reminder of the human impact these systems can have when there isn't proper oversight.
And on top of all that, we've got a legal mess on our hands. As it stands right now, you can't copyright something that was generated entirely by an AI. So think about that. If your brand uses an AI to make a logo, you don't legally own it. A competitor could use the exact same design, and there's nothing you could do about it. It's a total legal minefield.
So, faced with all these mounting dangers, governments and international organizations are scrambling to create some guardrails. And this has kicked off a global race to define the rules for the age of AI.
The most comprehensive approach we've seen so far is the European Union's AI Act. It's a risk-based system, which is pretty clever. As you can see here, any AI that's deemed an unacceptable risk, like a social scoring system, is just banned outright. High-risk systems, say in law enforcement, have to follow really strict rules. And then limited-risk AIs, like chatbots, just have to be transparent and let you know they're not human.
Now, the US has taken a very different path. While the EU is all about protecting fundamental rights with a strict legal framework, the current US policy is much more focused on removing barriers to innovation and ensuring America stays on top in the AI field. It's a much more permissive, hands-off approach that avoids putting direct regulations on companies. Amid these different national approaches, you've got international groups like the OECD trying to find some common ground. They've established a set of core principles for what good AI should look like. Things like transparency, accountability, and respect for human rights. And these principles are really becoming a global benchmark, helping to guide policy in dozens of countries. So, where does this all leave us? Well, we're standing at a massive crossroads, facing a future that's going to be profoundly shaped by the choices we make about this technology, right here, right now. The central challenge is crystal clear. We have to find a way to navigate this tension. We have to foster the incredible, world-changing innovation that AI promises, while at the same time grappling with the profound responsibility to manage its risks ethically and safely. And that leaves us with one final crucial question. We are getting incredibly good at building machines with breathtaking intelligence. But as we move forward, we have to decide who is ultimately responsible for making sure they operate with wisdom.